Something Else Podcast. Welcome back to the Something Else Podcast. It has been a while, but we'll get to that in a minute. We are joined by with my wife.
Hello.
Just throw words in there. How are you doing, Sam?
I am not too bad. How are you?
I'm all right. Much better than I have been.
Yeah.
Much better than I have been. I mean, I was going to do this podcast ages ago, like the 21st, but then forgot to hit order on a new mic lead because I forgot to put it. Well, it was in the basket in Amazon, but I didn't actually put it. I didn't buy it.
well, fair enough.
But so really, what I was going to do, because initially I was just going to do this one by myself because it's been months since the last episode.
Yep.
But when I say that the last year has been weird, I don't mean from like January to December. I mean from June 21st to June 21st.
Probably a little bit before June 21st, to be fair. Last year. That was weird. For about a month beforehand.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I've spoke about my dad in previous podcasts to everyone. But hang on, let me take these headphones off. It's weird to hear your voice and my voice in the same. Actually, I'm just going to keep them on just for the weirdness.
I'm in your ears.
That's right. Well, ears.
Ears.
I'm in your ears, boy. But yeah, so like, say a couple of weeks before June 21st, my dad was losing a horrible battle with cancer. You dropped a bombshell on me, even, that we were having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, and June 21st is when Dad died.
It was.
And literally up until recently, it's just been really tough.
Of course it has.
Loads of stuff's happened, but I think for me in general, like, it's just been one of them really weird. It's just been a weird 12 months for me.
Yeah, of course it is.
Obviously going through very dark patches where I just didn't see the point in living, to the point in when you're kind of giving a reason as to why death is good. Because you might see, someone you love, that sort of thing. But it's been a weird one, hasn't it? Because, I mean, let's list off everything that's happened.
Okay.
So, Dad died.
Yes.
Evie born.
Evie was born, yeah. Horrendous pregnancy.
No, yeah, horrendous pregnancy. I mean, I just couldn't, I got no sleep.
Neither did I. I wonder why.
What else was there?
We've bought a house.
We brought a house. I got COVID.
Yeah, you got COVID.
I got COVID. That was quite fun.
Nobody else in the house did. That was weird.
No, yeah. But
weird.
it's on the increase again, isn't it? So who knows? But so I got COVID. We brought a house. That's taken ages.
Yeah, it always does.
Oh, no, yeah. I got more followers on my other YouTube channel. That was amazing.
I know. Well done.
Me and my band played our first gig in 4 years. Me and Bruce and our drummer Damon, we played our first gig as a band. We started our band, just after the first lockdown?
Yeah, I think so.
And then when we got a gig ready, literally, it would go into a lockdown again or restrictions were in place. So we never really got to do anything.
Oh, the pub's closed again.
Yeah.
So it was just...
But we played our first gig and it was brilliant. I organised it, played it, hosted it, did everything. And it was all for Mental Health UK.
Raised a lot of money for it.
Yeah, we raised like £900, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But it was a weird one because that's also now started a new journey for me, which is music promotions, events sort of thing. So I'm hosting another one.
Plug it.
No, yeah, that's wrong show. What else has happened?
I've been transferred to a new company.
Oh yeah, you've been transferred to a new company.
That was weird. Doing that through maternity leave was just weird.
Trying to think what else has happened. Oh, the company I worked for got bought by another company. Well, sold to another company. I brought another vinyl.
Priorities, obviously.
Oh, obviously, yeah. I'm trying to think of what else has that. There's just been loads. My sister's decorating a house.
Fair enough.
I made and fitted what would you class it as, like a shelf unit thing in the bathroom?
I boxed in
all the pipe work.
Yeah, it's called boxing in.
See, this is why I work with children. It's easier. I can now count to zebra. But yeah, it's just such a weird one. So really, this podcast, I mean, generally what I do, I've got my Pokédex, which you normally see. This podcast ain't going to have no video because I just can't be bothered to set the camera up, to be honest. But normally I've got my podcast notebook full of ideas of what the show's going to be about. But this one is just kind of as you go, really.
A bit of a chit chat.
Yeah. So what was I going to say? I did write notes for it. Hang on.
Gotta have his tea.
Yeah, I'm not reading my notes. I'm just drinking tea. What was I going to say?
I do not know. Shall we start at the beginning?
Yeah. So what was the beginning?
Your dad.
Oh yeah. So my dad carried me around in his nutsack for a while. Gave me to my mum. 9 months down the line, horrific birth, and I was born.
Way.
No, it is weird. I was talking to people at where I work about just like losing a loved one sort of thing. And we was talking about how time flew. Like time flies.
Yeah.
Like for this one person, it's been like 2 years since they lost someone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I won't go into details because I don't want to give wrong details. But it's it's been 2 years since they lost someone really close to them. I'm just saying how like it's just crazy how time flies. Like the last 12 months seems to have been the longest I've ever lived.
It's been a very long year, but a very quick year.
Yeah, like it flew by.
So much has happened for us, but it's just like blinking. It's like, oh my god, it's a year ago.
And I think that's the thing that really kind of makes me just more aware of life.
Yeah, definitely.
Like my dad was always do what you want. Like he wasn't a party animal. He didn't really go out all that much. But when he did something, it was very notable. It was very like, okay, Dad's done something.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much the whole town would talk about like Frank's moved.
Frank's got out. Oh my gosh.
But it was weird, and I think it's just really kind of made me want to do more. Like that's why the podcasts have been literally on a halt because, pardon me, I started them on the second lockdown, third lockdown, whatever it is.
Oh, I've lost count of lockdowns now. I think
I
started
it
at
some point because I wanted to do something. I like entertaining people. I like talking. I just like having fun, really.
He talks to himself.
I do talk to myself
about all sorts of stories.
Remember the journeys when we used to go on holiday? I think I said this before, and I used to like interview myself, but as a different character.
It's just amazing to watch. When listen to us, it's like I'm just driving it.
I think the best one ever was when I was interviewing Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
While he's turning into the Incredible Hulk. But the reason he's turning into the Incredible Hulk is because he stumped his toe.
Did we not have a radio back then?
Yeah, but I'll turn it off and just talk.
You and radio. You and playing of any music is the worst thing in the world.
Why?
You will play it for about 10 seconds, get excited and change to the next one.
That's why I like vinyl player, because it's really difficult.
Honestly, you can't listen to a whole CD with you.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, no, sorry, you can. There's 10 seconds of each
Exactly,
song.
that makes up one track. Yeah, it's, I forgot what I was originally talking about. Oh, with the podcast. So yeah, and that's why it's been ages since I've last done one, because I just didn't want to do anything. I stopped streaming. I stopped doing the YouTube videos. Lost all interest in music. And literally, I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was a really dark time, really, losing Dad. Well, I think at first it was just you be strong for your family. But then, you know, I didn't give myself time to mourn properly. So I thought I'd done it, but I hadn't.
No. Everyone goes at different paces, though, don't they?
And I think that's what I didn't do. I didn't give myself time, or just time to heal, really.
I don't think people realise, unless you go through it yourself, how it affects you and how long it takes you.
I think when Nan died, that was 2018, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. On your birthday.
On my birthday.
And I think it's when Nan died, like, she was significant. She was very important to us.
She was like the head of the house.
Yeah. But I think at a certain time, because I was there every Saturday and then every day at work.
Yeah.
I pretty much saw like three times during my 5 work days. Then I'd see her for like a whole day on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of became routine. Like it's accustomed to go there. That's what you do.
No, so that's your family, isn't it? You go to your nan's.
Yeah, and that's what we've always did. Mm-hmm. And I think with Dad, obviously it's a parent this time.
Yeah, you're a lot closer to your dad.
Yeah,
aren't
so it was like
your male role model.
Well, he was my hero, best friend.
Yeah.
You know, role model. You name it. He ticked all the boxes.
Yeah.
And it was to lose that. Like I'm my family's very female heavy.
Yeah.
Like
very.
I'm one of 5. I'm the youngest of 5, and I'm the only boy.
Yeah.
So to lose that, the father figure, so to speak, it's kind of like, what is the point?
Yeah.
And that's not crapping on anyone else, but
No.
all the other males in the family, not so much I don't get on with them, but there's no interaction really there. Like I'll see them every now and then, or
your family's spread out quite far, though, aren't they? Like,
yeah, we're a big family, but we're everywhere.
Yeah, and there's quite like uncles and stuff. They're all over the place, even and cousins again.
Yeah,
they're all over the place. So
and I think it's to lose that nuclei. You know, your center of gravity.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, what is there next?
Yeah, what do I do? You know.
Yeah, so it's like little things like so something that's really close to me at the minute is forest school. Like,
yeah,
I teach forest school in to early years, and
he's basically Hagrid.
I am Hagrid, yeah, except all my hair is on my chin. But the thing with that was while I was doing my level 2. No, my dad isn't forest schooly, but he knows his tools. So when I was like, I need to get this, get that, he was like, yeah, you know, that's amazing. And when I started doing, when I finished my level 3, because I'm preaching forest school now, but it's a 2-part course.
Yeah.
So you get a year to complete it, but you do a practical week where you learn what forest school is and you do a bit of practical work. Then the second week is your assessment week, which is when you're assessed.
Yeah.
Pardon me. And after I did my first week, that was when Dad started to fade. Not in the sense of becoming dead, but his mind started to go.
Yeah, yeah.
And the last thing we really spoke about was buying a bill hook.
Was that May last year?
It would have been May because it was a month after that he died.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were speaking about a bill hook, and if you don't know what that is, it's a big bastard of a knife, essentially, and it's used to splitting wood. The way it's designed, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to preach.
He loves it.
Yeah, but it's like I brought a bloody old one, like a proper vintage one. Not one that's branded vintage, but like this one was like, it's from like fricking the plague. And I've had to glue the handle back together because it's just old.
Yeah.
But I showed it Dad, who was like, even he recognised the brand. I showed it to my tutor and he was like, yeah, that's amazing. That's the last thing we spoke about. And when it came through the post, which baffled me. You know, I can't buy a puncture kit at the age of 18 because it's got glue in it, and can't buy a sharpening kit, a stationary kit because it's got a sharpener in it. But I can have a big fuck off blade posted to me. But yeah, and I brought it down and I showed it him, and this is when, like, because you didn't see him through this phase.
No, I didn't.
So, I'm knocking my microphone. So you know, aren't you?
Am I knocking it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's alright. The lead.
Sorry.
I got headphones. I can hear everything.
I cannot.
But the weeks leading up to his death, like, my dad was very aware, very witty, very quick. He was brilliant. And apart from losing extraordinary amounts of weight,
yeah,
like, because he wasn't eating, he wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you get like such a dry mouth, like your voice changes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he was getting. And he wasn't talking much. He was almost like, there was no energy really.
Well, no, it wouldn't be.
So like, he'll just kind of like, you know, when you agree with someone, you're like, yeah.
Yeah,
You do them
not
silly noises.
no grey type.
Yeah, he was kind of that. And I showed him a knife and he just did this, you know.
Yeah.
Not that anyone can see what I just did then, but, you know, if you're English, you know
Yeah.
you know what face I've just made
yeah.
with that noise.
Yeah.
And it was just that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got to the point where it was just like raising his eyebrows.
Yeah.
And it was quite a really disheartening thing.
Yeah, your dad was very chatty, like wanted to know what was going on type.
Yeah, he
thing,
wanted to
wasn't
know what's going on, be the centre of attention and put the world to rights.
Yeah.
And
but at the same time, didn't want it to be a centre of attention.
He would deny it.
Yeah, of course.
But then it was... That's why it was quite an emotional thing, because it was the last thing we really spoke about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to then do my second week, like months after he's died...
Yeah.
And use this bill hook, it was kind of an emotional thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was kind of like, this is for you, Dad. I'm going to split this ash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was such a nerdy thing. But it was, I can't remember what that actual subject was. I know he was talking about Dad.
I can't remember, actually.
But yeah, I mean, I'll kind of find where I'm going with this. But yeah, it was just a really weird one to. I think I was talking about the importance of Dad, and to like not be able to. That was it. Not go to him and say, "I've done this. I've used this." It was such a weird thing. Or like, what was there?
I find that like my nan passed away. What were we?
2019.
2019, yeah. So what, 3 years ago, and I found it very difficult and whatever. But I found it's like everything had a nan-shaped hole in it. Like she was just missing, and I didn't like it. It's weird.
That's like me now with Dad. Like a year after.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's still fresh.
Of course it is.
And
it's only
like,
a year.
Well, I've been doing a lot of woodwork, obviously. When I was, and I've got like loads of Dad's stuff, like his bloody shirt pressing and his what do you call it, airbrush kit, and like for our 5th year anniversary, I've carved a bear, and I was like,
it's really cute.
It was weird because the 5th year anniversary is wood, and I didn't exactly want to tie my penis up in a bow, you know what I mean?
You did it anyway.
Well, you know, while I carved the wood, and while I was carving this wood, because I what was it, a bear and a balloon I made?
Yeah.
And like, I would burn a bloody poem into it. Honestly, it's brilliant. It's like a little grassy riverbank with a bear on it next to a tree. And it's like, while I was doing it, Dad could not whittle. Now, what I was doing was whittling. And Dad did not have the patience or the skill for it. And in my head, I'm like, he's correcting me now. He's telling me I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, standing behind you going, wait, do that.
It was like, it's little things like that. I'm waiting for him. I'm just waiting for him to say, no, you've done that wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, you should have played this on the guitar. I'm like, you don't know music.
Yeah, you're just waiting for it, though.
You
miss it.
And it's like with my car. Like, nothing's wrong with my car. I just hate my car, and then I love my car. I'm going to rename it Marmite.
That's a perfect name for it.
And it's just random things like that. Or like, obviously, at the minute, I'm trying to do more YouTube videos for my Planet Ben channel.
Woohoo!
Because... You ask Sam, I just like to make things. I need to be busy, and I like creating.
Ben cannot sit still for the life of him.
No, I hate it. But at the minute, I mean, I'm holding it now. You brought me this. I don't want to call it a knockoff, but you brought me a clone GoPro.
Yeah.
Back in 2014.
Yes.
Yeah, it's old as hell now, and it's called a Sunco.
Oh.
If you want to get really snazzy, a Sunco Dream 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, Amazon it. Don't come up.
That's where I got it from.
But if you go on Google and type in, it comes up on Amazon.
Okay.
But my point is, like, this camera, it does shoot 1080p. It's not as clear as a GoPro, or more, I don't say expensive, because you could get a really expensive one and it shoots like crap.
Yeah.
But it's not like the leaders in this action cam's particular field.
Yeah.
But I know if I said to Dad, I'm looking for a camera, he'll have about 15 links sent to me, because he's like, I found this one, I found that one.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's little things like that I miss. I miss that.
Just that little person
Dad
going...
was impulsive, and I'm very much the same.
Yeah.
And I miss that.
Yeah.
It's the little things I miss it, like...
You miss having someone to bounce off of the impulsiveness.
I'm very... Look, I can entertain myself easily. Like, I don't stop doing stuff.
Yeah.
But I miss... Dad was... I am Dad.
Yeah.
And we bounced off each other like freaking ping pong table tennis balls. The hell's wrong with me? And it's just random stuff like that. So it is quite weird to go from... It's similar to like with my nan. It's really weird to go from always there to not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when my granddad died, I didn't really speak to him.
Yeah.
Like I tried to coming up towards the end of it, but he just didn't.
How
really
old
care.
were you when your granddad died?
I was 15.
Yeah.
14, 15.
Yeah.
But I did try, but he just
He wasn't into it.
Yeah, not more. I think he was just my dad always a bit with lip.
There's probably so many of you. It's probably like, which one are you?
Well, my dad always said when my granddad retired, he retired from life.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is kind of sad, but in the same way, maybe true.
I
don't know.
My granddad was the same.
It's that generation, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he only got to about 55, something like that, and that was it.
My granddad retired at 55.
Yeah, it was that, and that was it.
But at 50, actually, I think.
Really?
But it's one of them ones where it's like I said, to have that constant removed.
Yeah, it's
it
weird.
is such a weird thing to grasp. And it's like, I mean, I won't get into details with this, but I think what really changed it for me was like I said, I just wanted to die. I was quite happily prepared just to go away.
Yeah.
And I think what changed it was there was basically a child in a nursery, their pops just sadly passed away.
Yeah.
And
It's very
there's me
sudden.
thinking that child had no chance of saying bye.
Yeah.
And then there's me wanting to go.
Yeah.
And like how selfish of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what was, I think that was a game changer for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that just kind of reignited that I want to do this, I want to do that. But I don't have massive ambitions. Like I don't want to tour the world or anything. But like the little things I like could lead there. Like this whole promotion thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's the entertainment aspect of it, playing in the band. You know, doing the YouTube videos. I don't live in a delusional world where I think I'm going to be the next whatever.
No, but the thing is, what you do, it's such a. It's not like a game or something where you can switch it on, play it, and switch it back off again. What you do is and create is yours, if that makes sense. Like, you know, from your band,
It's a brand.
It's a brand, but from your music stuff, from your band, you've created a show, and from your show, you've now had people contact you and say, "I want you to, create more shows for us." So you've created what they call a production team. No, what's it called?
Promotion.
I keep getting it wrong.
By the way, it's called Into the Void.
But and that's going to take you somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else. You know, it's not like you can, and you sort of get lost into it, don't you? So yeah, it's a great thing to have.
I mean, it is fun. And I think especially when you are that like I need to do something.
Yeah.
And it's like I suppose in part of me it's kind of like I really want it to kick off because then I can quit my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would never, like say if I won the lottery, I would never not work. I'd have to work.
I'd have to work. I'd have to do something.
I think if I ever came into like a ridiculous amount of money, I'd invest it, not in the sense of put it in the stocks because I can't be arsed with that. But I'd invest it in one of my multiple projects.
Yeah, I think with me, if I win the lottery, I think I'd live off that money, but I'd volunteer somewhere.
Like for me, like with this promotion thing, I'd invest in silly things like getting a website, getting a domain, getting the gear, so I wouldn't have to keep stuff like that.
Yeah.
With the band, I'd invest in more gear, a bigger lockup.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any quarrels with that. You know what I mean? Buy myself more vinyl. You know what I mean? Buy myself some new bass strings because they're expensive.
They're very expensive.
But it's just one of them ones where it's... I don't know. I can't remember what we was originally talking about.
You wanting to not be here?
Oh, yeah. So it's like... The last year, like... My mental state's gone from... being very strong to not wanting to be here. Yeah. To the point where I'm kind of hitting that, I'm invincible again. Yeah. Which is awesome.
I think with me, with when my nan died, I went into anxiety and depression and everything, therapy and whatever. But I think since having Evie, I've felt 1,000 times better. I think she's just been like this little ball of light. Yeah. So it's just weird. Like and obviously, Nan dying was 3 years ago now. Yeah. And it's one of those things where time does heal wounds, isn't it? But
then you look at Ted. Like, it's only the other day I was looking at his video when he walks.
Yeah.
When he first walked, and you're like, now he won't shut up and won't stop running. And he runs weird. So Ted in the future, sorry if you hear this.
He's doing so weird. Little floppy hands.
His hands flop like a possessed butterfly.
He runs like
his hips turn, but his legs flick out.
It's the Johnny Depp one, isn't it?
He's Jack Sparrow, is what he is. He runs like the Mad Hatter when he's doing his little dance. That's how he runs.
Oh, he's so cute.
But it's so weird. And like with Evie, like how old is she now? Like 5?
She's 5 months.
Like that's insane.
I blink and she's 5 months. It's madness. And she's sitting up. She's sitting up.
That's the thing that's made me really want to not do more, but to chase something because it's not so much time's flying away from us, but it's very Thin Lizzy said it best. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, of course.
It's not wrong. Just if you've got a dream, chase it.
Yeah, well, this life is so short. Even if you live to 100 years old, it's still so short.
I mean, I do
and so precious. you know.
Have you listened to like the Vin Diesel? Fuck you, Vin Diesel. The Denzel Washington podcast, or like some of the quotes he's ever said.
I may have heard
I
them,
can't get him word for word, but there's one where he's like, age is nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, you could buy a house at 60 years old. Doesn't matter. You bought a house.
Yeah.
Pass your driving test at 60 years old. Doesn't matter. You pass that driving test.
Yeah.
And I think it's what I've always done. And I don't know if it's just because I've always felt inferior. I was speaking about this to Sam the other day about imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And I've always felt like whenever I get feedback or like positive feedback or praise, I'm always like, I don't deserve that.
Everyone go and praise Ben.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed it. I'll happily praise someone else, but I hate it when it's on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like entertaining people and being centre of attention. But it's I forgot what I was saying.
What were you saying?
Imposter syndrome.
What was the point? What was the,
I completely forgot what I was saying.
we're terrible at this.
I can't even rewind this because it's live. Well, not live now, but technically it's live because we're speaking and it's recording.
We were talking about Ted, and then we changed to something.
About it doesn't like time. As if we're recapping this damn thing. So, so he's talking
terrible.
about.
Let's start this podcast all over again.
Granted, it is like 2 days since we've had good sleep because the children keep waking up at 5 o'clock.
What? Awake so early?
And then
If
you've
it's
got
not
a
ours,
banshee next door.
I was going to say, if it's not our kids, it's next door. What the hell?
What the fuck was he saying? I'm sure we was talking about
Oh dear me.
time and
How precious it is and how
fast it goes,
How
but
fast
then it
it
doesn't
goes.
matter what age you are to do something. Oh, you know what? I can't remember what the hell I was saying.
Shall we just move on to the
Let's
next subject?
move on. Today is our 13-year anniversary of being together.
Happy anniversary.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's this is joyous. This is joyous right now.
Joyous. Go on.
For the last for Valentine's Day and for our 5-year wedding anniversary, I own the presents this year. Like,
well, I went all out this time. I went all out and bought you the crappiest gift I could
let's
think
put it into
of.
perspective. We won't go into the gifts, but let's put it in perspective. Normally, I buy off a really random shit you just don't care for, you just don't need. Who haven't to put you into the mentality of when I buy gifts. I brought my sister. You don't have to apologise for cracking your hand. Just let me know what you're doing.
I'm cracking my
You
hand.
start whacking the microphone like, is it on? Woo, woo, woo. I'm peaking. That is peaked like a bitch. Then people are going to listen to this like, fucking hell.
Oh, I'm shaking the table now.
Well, now watch out. But yeah, to put it in perspective, I brought my sister once. This is when she found out she was diabetic. So I brought her a jar of diabetic jam and a warning triangle for a car, just in case she had like diabetic shock or whatever. So she's
I
like,
remember you going around Betty Tesco together.
yeah, that triangle was heavy, man. I didn't expect it to be that heavy. I picked up and then put my shoulder out.
Oh, brilliant.
But that's my mentality. There's always a reason behind it, though.
Ben can pick up anything and make a story. Like, he could pick up, I don't know, a box of crackers and be like, here is your gift. I've bought you this because of
And then I'll have
X,
a
Y, and
story.
Z.
I'm already thinking of one for crackers now.
Can you
Might
imagine
get it
you
for Tracy. Buy some cheese.
She'd like it.
But
Crackers
it's
and
like,
cheese, fine.
this year, I thought, you know what? I won't be stupid this year. I'll be really thoughtful. So for like Valentine's Day, hang on 1 second.
I knocked the mic.
Don't knock the mic, baby.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's going to be any quieter now.
I don't know.
That'll do.
That'll do.
But yeah, like so this year I brought for Valentine's Day. I brought you a little key ring with like a bear, a mama bear, and then there was like 2 bears after it. And I brought you, the film Up. I brought her a candle, like 2 candles with a heart cut out, and it's got the characters with some words on it. Then for obviously anniversary, I handmade you something.
Just because I can make stuff out of wood.
I thought it'd be really nice, and
I
you got me my key ring
and a wallet.
and a wallet.
The wallet was personalised, thank you.
Yeah, it did have my initials on it.
Yes.
And then like for our 13-year anniversary, I was like, I've lost the card. Still haven't found it. It was it was a pop-up card, so it's like really thick.
You can't beat my card.
Like, the card was amazing. It's got spaghetti on toast.
You can't forget it.
Yeah. But what did I get you? I got you a fidget pen. So it's a pen, but it's got magnets on it, so you can like turn it into something.
Yes.
I got you kitty cat socks that look like they've been poked in the bum because it's got their faces on it. It's not like a cartoon one, but And then I brought you a little
frame
thing that's got wife from Scrabble letters, and it says like, it's only a 10 in Scrabble, but to me you're everything.
Yeah.
And Sam got me a really nice...
Hang on. I put thought into this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She got me a really nice, like, it's not a portfolio or file of facts thing. It's like it's an organizer in a way.
Yeah, it's an organizer.
It's an A4 leather, blue leather, like case where I can put my papers in for this promotion thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she did order the wrong size paper.
No. Amazon have put on the wrong bloody description.
What she means is she clicked on the wrong one.
I think I clicked on the wrong one. Because I thought I'd buy my little A5 one, so it, we carry it around with him, and he's going to his promotions, and it'll be all great.
Like a right nerd.
And be really cute.
Ticket for anybody.
Yeah, have it all organised. And it turned up on Friday. I was like, oh shit. I was just like, I haven't got time to take it back or anything. So I was just like, oh, you just have it. It's crap.
I like it though.
It's crap.
It's not. I like it.
You have got 2 more coming, but one I ordered yesterday and one I ordered today.
I've already started filling
You're
it up.
going to like the one I ordered you.
Why are you peeking?
I'm peeking. Are you going to like the one well, both of them you're going to like. They're not in the slightest anything to do with like anniversary in here, but
Mine not really, apart from the wife one.
Yeah.
No, nothing of mine is anniversary. I just thought it'd be nice.
Mine was nice.
No, to be fair, the 2 presents you was thinking about having socks, and then you was looking at the same pen.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just think it's weird.
I was going to buy you the same pen.
See, it's me knocking it. Oh, it's you when you put that down.
I think I'm knocking the table.
Yeah, it's all good.
I think it's that chair down there.
Who cares? But yeah, so yeah, who would have thought 13 years?
13 years. My goodness.
And considering I love being entertaining and I like socialising, this is the only woman that's ever made me nervous. No, I never...
I am the complete opposite. I do not like socialising.
I like to live in a cupboard with a towel on my head.
He only lets me out every now and then.
See, we're kind of like Harry Potter. She loves Harry Potter, and in our house at the minute we've got an under the cupboard stairs.
Oh, we don't have one in the new one.
No, she's got a recliner in there.
I'm sure we can put one in.
I was about to say, where were the stairs? They were right in front of us as you walked through the door. But yeah, it's a weird one because like our friend Amy, like she's our mutual friend, and I remember like in college, to put a picture on it, we was in the same subject class, but we was in 2 different classes
at the beginning. Yeah.
So you like had A and B, and then in the second year, half of our, like literally 50% of the people on our course dropped out.
Yeah, so
they merged our classes, and it was that point of like, fuck, the girl that's on the bus when I get to college is now in my room.
I'm completely oblivious. I'm not
Yeah, she just looked fucking miserable all the time. Like, fuck's my coursework. No, she was the one that bumped into me when I was getting my dinner, and like, elbow me, like, get the fuck out of the way. You lanky bastard.
I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I here?
And I love her still. And it was weird because like, normally I'm good at catching things. I'm good at noticing patterns, and even then, there's only twice I've been caught out. I got caught out with Amy being a bloody double agent.
She's my
trying
friend.
to get gossip. This back in MSN Messenger days.
Oh my God, remember
that?
that?
I didn't quite catch on with double agent skills. Fucking Splinter Cell. And then when we saw Tony Iommi, I didn't catch any of that, and that was weird. But
that popped up on Facebook the other day, didn't it?
But it was it's just weird, isn't it? How quick 13 years has gone. Like, it just seems like yesterday.
I know. I can picture it in my head. Like, it's just weird, really weird.
It's quite fun, really.
We're 18.
Hmm.
Were we 18? Yeah, we were 18, weren't we?
I hope so.
I think so. We were just leaving college, weren't we?
Yes, I was approaching 19.
Yeah.
You're not 19 forever.
And look what we've achieved.
I got loads of vinyl. I'm Welsh after that.
I got my vinyl. 2 kids in a house and holidays and living life to the full.
And don't forget, I have many teas. I do love my tea.
I think you've drank the weight of the world in tea.
I'll probably go a bit more.
Probably.
I do love my tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's a weird one how quick time can fly.
So quick. So quick.
I mean, who knows what else might happen?
Could be anything. Anything in the world.
Yeah, it's a weird one, really. A weird. I mean,
here's the question everyone dreads in interviews. What's your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
And my response to that is not to be in this chair.
I'm going to get a new chair.
No, I've never liked that question because it's
I
like,
don't like that question.
it's like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm like, hopefully alive. You know what I
I
mean?
really want to turn around to him and go, in your job.
But it's like on I was going to say something I probably shouldn't say it yet.
No.
Basically, I'm going to start singing a song.
Yeah. La 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 la.
Briefly avoiding that there.
Yeah.
But I got itchy nose.
Ew.
Ah,
Gross.
I forgot what I was going to say then.
I do not know. Your 5-year plan.
Oh yeah, my 5-year plan. So my 5-year plan, I just don't care. I'm crap at planning. I think 13 years with me has proven that.
Yeah.
I can't plan for shit.
Hang on. We're just going to go back a little bit. You planned, you organised and planned a very good charity gig.
I don't even get 5 stars, just get very good.
We shall give it 5 stars.
No, but my point is, I can do stuff like that.
No, I want you to plan a holiday for us. Or trips out or something.
The thing is,
You've got
stuff
to do
like
it
that,
now.
I can do it.
Go
But
on
if
then.
I have to plan life, I can't do it. I need to live my life. I can't plan it because then I'm like, if it doesn't quite work, it's a massive failure, and that's when my brain beats me.
I don't like saying what my 5-year plan is. Like in my head, I've sort of got a little bit of
I think for me,
plan.
when anyone talks about a 5-year plan, the set goals, and if you don't reach them, it's a failure.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
I want to, I don't know, in 5 years, I want to have this much money, or I want to have this car. Like, to me, that's not a plan. That's just crap.
Yeah.
Like me, a plan is I want to be mentally stable.
Yeah.
I want to be healthy.
Yep.
Obviously, still have a roof over my head.
Mm-hmm.
And potentially progress somewhere, whether it's music, my job, this, that.
Yeah.
I don't care much for it. Like I said, maybe it's just because I don't think the same as other people.
And so I've never had necessarily a 5-year plan, but I've always said, like, I want a house and I want a car and I want, kids and
there's
marriage.
wants.
And, I don't mind when that happens, just
See, like,
in the future at some point.
With me,
I've ticked those boxes now.
because of whether it's impulsiveness or just the spontaneity, is that a word? Whatever it is of that. Like, I didn't really care for a car. Like, my logic is there's public transport. Why do I need a car? You know what I mean? That's always been my philosophy of it. But I mean, we had a bloody great conversation about mortgages today on the way back from visiting our new house. But it was
Explain
like,
to Ben how mortgages work.
It was one of them ones where it's never bothered me. Like, to me, like, pardon me, like, from the point of having to pay rent at mum and dad's, I've never really seen the point of buying a house.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing as renting a house. Yes, it's your house. You can't get kicked out. But then if I was to lose my job or this or that, I'd get kicked out anyway because the bank would take my house. So at the same time, I just couldn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just want to live.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I've always found it difficult to plan ahead, because to me, it takes the fun out of something.
Yeah, of course it does.
It's like when we used to, like, I've been on holidays before and like it's been planned out and I'm like, I don't like this.
No.
We need to get here by this time. Can't handle it.
No. Like I said, like my life goals, I've sort of like completed them. From now for the next so over years, my plan is to spoil my kids rotten, spoil you rotten, and spoil myself rotten. I mean, why not? You know. And,
I think with me, like I've said it for ages, like not something has to, but I've always felt that something will happen for me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, whether it's this music promotion thing, like I've got no like weird dream that I'm going to be world famous, because I just don't care really.
Yeah.
Like going back to how like kind of not this was before Dad died. This is when the second band broke up, and I think I made it. I came to terms or came to peace with it that I accepted that I'd never get anywhere with it.
Yeah.
And then I did some jam sessions with Bruce and his mate, just acoustic stuff, and as a vocalist, because originally I was a guitarist.
Yeah.
And it was like, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not a great singer, but I bloody enjoy it now. I would say I'm a pretty good front man.
You're brilliant front man.
And it's like, when that band broke up and we did these like acoustic things, it never got anywhere. But I think me and Bruce realised we can't do acoustic.
Yeah.
It was like, we need to play loud. And that's when I realised, I can really belt my voice.
Yeah.
So it was when we was doing that, and then we thought, nah, fuck it, let's just do our own thing. We got Damon involved. Suddenly, that dream that died was relit again.
Yeah.
It's like with my job. I hated my job. I still go through parts when I'm like,
You ever
fucking
flow,
done.
don't you? Yeah.
But I'm flow state, which is a kind of not an earlier thing, but like an educational thing. I'm so flow state in the way I live. It's I literally go with the flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what, like today we were seeing the house we're buying off the woman we're buying the house off. I said it to her like, you're the brains, I'm the brawn.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, all I need to be told is do that, and I'll be like, yeah, all right then.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's something I'm really into, I'll be like, fucking let me do this shit. But it's yeah, I think I'm just happy-go-lucky, I guess.
Yeah, I think like using the house for an example, I'm excited at the fact that it's a house and it's ours and blah blah blah, and you know it's a bit of safety and it's for the kids and blah blah blah. Whereas you're more excited of, I've got my man cave, and I'm going to do all this, and I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to fix that, and I'm, you know, make it our own little nest.
And I think that's where my brain's always defeated me, because it's like, yes, I get the garage to myself, you know what I mean? I get my space. Selfishly, it's my space.
Yeah.
And then that's when I'm like, I shouldn't do that because I've got a family. It's like with the
but
streams and the
area,
videos, I always feel bad doing them. Even band practice, I still do it. I always feel bad that I'm doing it.
But
and it's such a weird thing.
I feel bad if I go upstairs for 5 minutes. So I know where you feel, but like, you know, you need that space because you're going nuts.
I think it's
whoever has children know that you have to have that 5-10 minutes to yourself at least.
And I think with me, because of how active my brain is, like I need, for me, it's escape. Like when I play the guitar, I'll zone out for hours. Yeah. Because it's like my own diary in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I said, I just like entertaining. So doing a stream or videoing something for YouTube or even doing the podcast, it's such a... I guess it's like my own little baby, isn't it, really? It's my thing.
Look how far it's come, though. I know it stopped for, like, let's say you've sort of stopped. So you've jumped into a little bit and not. Yeah. But, you know, and it's picking up again now. But look how much it's grown over that time.
Well, look at the whole YouTube video thing. I mean,
how many subscribers you got now?
Well, currently, when I started it properly, because I've had my YouTube channel for ages, but I created another channel just for this particular thing. But that was like, I had maybe, 10 subscribers?
Yep.
And most of that was probably
I was one.
Yeah, most of that was probably just like friends
and family.
But now, I mean, obviously, compared to even the smaller YouTubers, this is nothing. But I've got now 46.
Which is great.
Which has grown significantly since I've been doing the videos. Obviously, it's...
but it's only in the past...
Continuity, is that the word I'm looking for? So, it's like I said, especially with Dad dying, it kind of put a halt on it. But because of my mindset, and my state of mind, I'm just kind of like, there's no point. Because I'm either feeling bad or just there's no point in doing this.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. So it's like I have loads of ideas to do.
Yeah.
But if you hear creaking, that was my headphones.
It's his bones, really. Pretty
much. Yeah, it's just a weird one. I can't remember what I was
saying. We were talking about that you weren't into podcasts and then you come out. But it's like your not your podcast, your YouTube, and how your subscribers have jumped in the last 2 months. It's jumped quite a bit significantly compared to like what it was for ages.
But I think I'm trying to find like not my niche, but it's trying to find something that I can do constantly.
Yeah.
And currently it seems to be tech reviews.
Yeah, people like it.
Like I'm still getting comments on videos, which is nice, and it's just little things like that.
Yeah. The thing is, it keeps you entertained and your mind occupied, and you're getting somewhere with it. You're getting somewhere with everything at the moment, aren't you? So, you know, it might come next month and nothing happens. Yeah. But it'll pick up again. It's just life, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a funny old world, really.
It certainly is.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking for like 45 minutes.
Wow.
I think about 20 of those minutes are trying to remember what we said.
And the other is, what's that noise?
Yeah.
It's me banging the table.
But yeah, I think really it's quite funny how quick time can change. Like this last 12 months for me has been very weird.
I think the best advice my mum has ever given me is the fact that nothing stays the same. And I think, and it's always, over time, nothing changed.
I think that's what's always bothered me. So maybe it's a bit of autism there. Like, it's not so much I can't handle change, but I think it's in my head. If I've not changed, why is it changing?
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't really avoid death. Death is everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I found it really weird when Nan died. Nothing changed, and it
everyone was just the same.
Everything moved along the same way, and I'm like, but she's not there. What's going? Something had to have changed, but nothing changed.
It is weird.
It's very, very surreal. I think it's the word.
Yeah, it's a crazy one, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
But we'll probably leave it there because I've now got to make sure it's EQ'd.
That's my fault.
and get rid of my peak where I was making some weird squeak noise for some reason. I still can't remember what I was doing.
I don't know. Was it the chair?
I don't know. No, I was making the squeak noise with my face.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll leave it there, and hopefully we'll just make it a regular thing. Hopefully, once a week, get a podcast in. I'll have you on the show again.
Well, thank you
very much. I know you've had to travel far from the kitchen. Where you belong.
Not making you a sandwich.
I want my tea. But yeah, until then, we will say au revoir, really. So, Sam.
Bye-bye.
And from me, I'll see you later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.